You a fan of this Spence Thurman thing at 54 for no belt?
For no belt, I mean, fans don't even care if it's a belt or not. It's just going to be Thurman and Spence. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think Thurman always comes game, ready to go, but I think the Pacquiao psychologically comes into fights, I think, a little different. He took a long layoff, so I think maybe, Spence with his high guard and walking you down, using a lot of his jab and body work, I think he might get him out of there. That's me personally, what I think. But it's going to be a good fight.
Part of me thinks it's because he said he would never give Thurman a fight, and I feel like given the position that he's in, he's like, okay, I got to fight this guy, but you know what? Just to stick it to him because he never gave me a chance, it's going to be for no belt on the line and at 154.
And I think that with that, there's more like, fuck it, there's no risk. Yeah. So I think even that mixes up just a different variable, and they're like, we ain't got nothing to lose. It's for like a catchweight at 54. It's going to be a good fight.
Well, if he loses, I think the luster is a little off of the Crawford fight, potentially, I think.
Right. I think look, years ago, I'll say 3-4 years ago, Crawford all day. He's a switch hitter. Crawford's a dog. He won't be able to withstand with Spence. But now as time goes by, I think, I don't know, Spence, he looked good against Danny. Spence is strong. So, I mean, I think as more time goes by, I think it favors Spence.
Some fights I got to announce. Just curious what you think, or are you happy with it? Spence and Thurman, but for no title and at 154 pounds. I think it has more to do with like a personal issue that Spence has with Thurman, where he said years ago that he never wanted to give him a fight because Thurman never gave him an opportunity. So I feel like this may be like a, hey, because you did this to me, now I'm going to do it back to you. Yeah.
Yeah. I think both of them are great fighters, great talent. Spence is a southpaw. And he's tall, and I don't know how much taller he is from Thurman, but Thurman can box. You've seen him box and use his boxing ability. He's an intelligent fighter too. So we'll see what happens.
A lot of people are calling Thurman a gatekeeper now, or they're calling this a tune-up for Errol Spence. A lot of fans I saw on Twitter.
I don't think they should be calling somebody like that a tune-up.
That's what I was saying. He was unified champion before Spence. Yes. Multiple championships won. And Thurman's good. Like, yes, he's been not as consistent, but it's because of COVID and he had his baby. But, like, I feel like people are vastly underrating it and forgetting who Thurman is.
Correct. No, Thurman is a great talent. You can't take away anything from Thurman, But I'm excited to see these fights.
Signed a multi-fight, multi-year deal. How do you feel? And let me know a little bit about why you chose to go this route.
Yeah, I feel good. This was a decision that we took on as a family. We brought it to my pops. We did a one-fight deal with them. It was a pro-grade card, Zepeda. They treated us great, phenomenal. And what really intrigued me was the number of fights that he's doing and he puts on. And he's putting on quite a good amount of fights, and that's what I need, I think, for me, because of my age. I just want to get in the mix of 15, 16, and 0, and, along that, but I only have 7 fights. So with my age, me being 26, I want to get as many fights as I could. They treated us good. We were talking. He put a proposal down, and it made sense. Shout out to my manager, and now we're part of the Marv Nation family.
I know you were sought out after by many promoters. Why did you decide to go this route, and what other promoters were trying to go ahead and get you to sign? Because I know your littlest brother signed with Top Rank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we were working with Tom Loeffler. He was just an advisor in the beginning, and now Eggies is our manager as far as the dynasty, me, Amado, and Emi. But this just made the most sense for us. I think with I fought on a PBC show. I fought, on I forget the other card, but I fought on different networks. But this
Triller.
Yeah. There you go. I was like, damn, what's the name of it? And I think this for me just made the most sense. I think they were trying to lowball me, but I gotta show. I'm being real with you. I gotta show my skills. So I didn't have a decorated amateur background. That's I think what it is. But they're putting a rap on me for being this knockout guy. I don't even go out there try labeling it like that. But I just go in there, listen to my pops, be smart, and it presents itself. But Marv Nation is gonna help me accomplish my goals. So.
I know you and your brothers, I don't know if it included your littlest brother, had signed with Triller. What happened with that? Is it because the Triller's not doing fights anymore and it got you out of the contract, or?
I got nothing bad to say about Triller. I think they're in their whole ordeal by themselves. Whatever, things that went on with Triller with them not paying people, they paid us. But different people weren't getting paid out and different influencers. So before, the ship sank, thank God we had an exit clause. We just kind of pulled out of it. And we just kind of went our own separate route. So, hey, Emmy made the best decision for him. We're still a dynasty. We're still brothers. We're still together. We still train together. But at the end of the day, it was an opportunity that was in front of him, and he took it. So us as his brothers, we applaud him. And every time he fights, we're going to be there supporting him as well.
Yeah, that was smart of you guys to have an exit clause because, one, not many people would have the foresight to know to put that in a contract. And two, like we see now, like they're not, I don't know if they're defunct, but they're not putting on fights.
No, yeah. Like I said, I got nothing bad to say about Triller, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't a fit for us. So before it got funny, we just kind of came out. But look, Marv Nation's a newer promotional company, and I feel with them having all of their energy to us, me and my brother Amado, I think they're really gonna help us, one, get fights, and two, all of their focus will be on us. So what better company to start with than Marv Nation? And they're putting on for fighters. They're getting a lot of these young fighters fights, and look at his son. He got a whole bunch of fights within like was it like an 18-month span? So he has more fights than me, and he's only been a pro for like a little over than a year, so that's good.
It seems like the main, or I guess like the strongest point for you to sign was, one, the attention to you, and then the fights, right? Did you feel you weren't going to get that with the other promoters?
I feel like I don't, because I feel at the end of the day, it's like you have so many different fighters in your different stables. If it's a Golden Boy, you got Virgil Ortiz, and you got these big stars that are going to outshine you. And I know a lot of fans are like, yo, what happened to Golden Boy, and what up with this, with that? Honestly, their proposals wasn't best for us. So I think with the Marv Nation, it made more sense for us. And at the end of the day, before we go in there and step into the ring, it is a business. So we got to make sure that we're okay. And Marv Nation did that. So
I just got to ask, if stuff goes down on this side in terms of them as a promoter, because I know there are a promoter, is there an exit clause like you had with Triller?
Yes, my management's on top of that. They got that situated.
Why did you guys choose to go with Marv Nation for your two sons?
I think it was the best, fit for the boys. Marv's gonna have over 45 shows throughout the year, and man, that's a lot of shows. So I need to keep my boys busy because because they're not busy, they're not training too much, and I need to keep them busy so that way they stay disciplined to what we gotta do, and that's us fight so that way they got an opportunity to become more champions.
Some would ask or wonder, why didn't you go with Golden Boy or Top Rank? Your youngest is with Top Rank. Why did you feel that this one in particular, this promoter in particular, was, I don't want to say better, but was better fitted to your son? Like, what did you see there?
Well, I saw that the attention that he gave us. You know what I mean? And I thought that was very great of him, the way he was took care of everything when we needed something to be done, and he was there for Junior and Amado, and so that's something that's important because that shows, what type of character he is, what type of person he is. So, we're just excited. A guy that's gonna keep you busy, where there are a lot of promoters that are not giving fights like that right now because of COVID and everything that's going on in the world. But we're just excited about the opportunity to bring Marv Nation to the Vargas dynasty.
Yeah, it's a big thing, fighters not being active right now.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of fighters have voiced their opinion that they're not happy with it being active. What do you think is attributing to that, or what's causing the activity troubles?
Well, a lot of it I think has to do with COVID. I mean, even though, they're opening up now, the stadiums, there's still a lot of people that don't want to go to the fights because of what's going on. But you saw the Gervonta Davis fight. There was a lot of people in, what was that, DC, yeah, right. A lot of people in DC, so I think it's starting to pick up again, and I think it's going to be a good thing for boxing.
You guys had signed a previous deal with Triller. Your son told me that there was an exit clause. Can you touch a little bit about that?
The thing is, I needed consistency, and then they didn't have consistency where we're going to be fighting with my boys, every month, 2 times a month if necessary, because I need them to be busy because they're not young. They're not young chickens like, when young fighters are already being signed to promoters, they're young. But my boys they started late. So that's why they're not that young doing what they love to do, and that's boxing. So, that's just what it is right now.
For now, man, it's always great catching up with you. Always great talking to you. I appreciate it. Here with Fernando Vargas Sr., Marcos Villegas, Fight Up TV.